Hey everyone, and welcome to another video of Digital Perspective. I'm Khalid, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at something which I've got kind of some requests from. It's basically how to create Instagram background grids. So just to give you an example, so you see here in some places where people have created background grids on their Instagram grid portfolio, where it just makes their Instagram profiles a little bit more exciting. And you can see another example. So it doesn't really detach anything from their actual main post, but it's just to make their entire grid look seamless and well thought out and professional. So the way that we do this is very simple. So I've got a square box here, but the square size that I've got here in Canvas is actually 3240 by 3240. Now the reason why I've done that is I know obviously Instagram squares are usually about 1080. So if I have 1080 and I put a box there, and then I put a box next to that, and I put a box next to that, so we know that's one level of grids, that's two level of grids, that's three level of grids, which total on 9 boxes. So just to give you an example again, that will be these three, and these three, right? So what we then do, I'm going to remove that, is I've created a grid to where each post is going to be placed, right? And then I decided on what colors I wanted. So these are the 3 colors, as well as include in the background, the colors that I want to work with my palette, right? And this is something that you'll have based on your branding, based on your company portfolios, or just your personal liking, whatever the case may be, right? So pick your 3 colors and then go ahead and create the shapes. Now I've just messed about and created any random shapes, but the key is to make sure all your shapes actually fit inside the square for now, right? This is the first step. You have to make sure this is the case. So once you've done your shape and you've got all your shapes here, you need to flatten them, right? So I've merged all my groups of shapes, so now the shapes are all one layer. So then once that's done, just literally go up to Filter, Others, and Offset, right? Now what Offset is going to do is it's actually going to tile the images or the shapes together, so you can see anything that comes on the left and the right would be perfect match, and anything that comes in from the top and bottom. Just to give you an example, the top of this orange finishes there and it starts over there. Now we don't really need to play with the horizontal, we only really need to play with the verticals, right? So I'm just going to move the vertical until at least the patterns have started to connect to each other. Once that's done, I'm going to click OK. Now my pattern's ready. It's really as simple as that, right? So now if I press Ctrl H and bring my guides back, all I need to do is I need to start focusing on putting whatever images I want on this. So let's say I want to put an image, actually wait, let's say I want to put I don't know, my first ones are going to be a quote or a text, right? So I'm just going to bring a text, I'm going to say post 1, right? It doesn't matter, just color this black for now. So this is my post 1. And maybe my second post will consist of an image. I'm just gonna find an image to insert. Let's just say, here we go. So let's just say I'm gonna insert this image, but I don't want it to take up the entire thing, otherwise the entire pattern is pointless. I'm just gonna size it down, and you can add any effects to it. I might decide to put a drop shadow onto this. Maybe just make the size a bit bigger. Oh, just make sure that the contour is actually what I need. And pretty much the rest, you do everything else, right? So you continue to do the next post. Let's say maybe I want to do one more post here. And maybe actually on this post, maybe I want, I don't know, 2 images on top of each other, right? So I'm just going to size these down. So you pretty much design the rest of your content as you wished, right, and as you intended. So once that's all done, the quickest way I personally save it, once that's all done, is I use the slices tool, right? and that will be under this. If you just click and hold, then you get the slice tool, and then all you need to do is just slice each box. There you go. There you go. Obviously, I'd recommend you do it in order because then your layers are based on these numbers here. Do that. Do that. And pretty much nearly done. There you go. So once I have all my shapes done, I'm going to hit Control-Shift-Alt-S, which is basically the Save for Web function. I'm just going to zoom out so I can see all my squares. I'm going to select them all. I'm going to turn it into a PNG so that just retains the highest quality. And then I'm going to hit Save. And then what that will do ultimately is it will give you all of the save options. Just make a new folder. Images only, selected default. Don't change nothing, you don't need to change anything else, and just click save afterwards. And once that's done, pretty much what you'll get is you'll get these folders here, right? And in these folders, you'll actually pretty much see all of the individual posts, and then you just schedule it in, whether you use Facebook Studio or whether you use anything else, you just schedule your posts in, and that's the rest of it, right? So now the best thing about this is, let's say I want to carry this on, I want to extend my grid, right? So I'm just going to get the crop tool, and I'm going to extend this, click OK. Now the best thing about it is if I click the shapes layer here and just drag this up and place it right where the, oh, where is it? Down, and if I place this right there, you can see it's a perfect fit, right? So you could pretty much keep your grid going for as long as you want, and that's just going to be always forever seamless in that instance, right? And then that's it, really. It's a short one. You know, I just thought I'd tackle that. You know, I just had some requests on that. I thought maybe you know, this is something worthwhile talking about in the interim. I mean, I use the same technique for my own Instagram profile, which you can see, you know, if you visit me at Khalid Mani. But yeah, if you like this, please do like it and comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to check out some of the other videos. We've done some really awesome tutorials, slightly more in depth on how to design hotel websites, app websites, and a few other techniques as well. But yeah, until the next one, hope you enjoyed this one. See you then. Peace.